Hello guys, what is up and welcome back to my channel. In this video we're going to talk about how to quit sugar and other unhealthy habits, and I'm going to show you all the secrets and techniques that I know that has helped me quit sugar for the past 3 years, as well as losing 40 pounds. So if you're excited, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and let's get started. By the way guys, if you don't know me, my name is Seppi and I share the best tips and practical advice you could use to become the healthiest version of yourself. So if you're interested in that, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button so you don't miss a video from me. If you guys have seen this video, you already know how I gained the weight I did in my mid-20s. Now the problem with me was that I was a sugar addict. I would have all the burgers and pizzas, but I was mostly always looking forward to that dessert. Now if you told me back in 2017 that I'm not going to be having Nutella shakes and ice creams every single day, I would have not believed you. I knew I had to quit sugar because I had a very unhealthy relationship with it, but I had to come up with a technique and a plan that I could actually stick to for the rest of my life. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to share the exact techniques and all the details that I went through and I did to be able to become sugar free. If you tell yourself that you're going to quit sugar, all you're going to want is sugar. So don't quit sugar. You have to replace it. When I tried quitting sugar, I got a lot of headaches, I got anxious, and I just wanted it more and more. So I would go for a week with no sugar, and then on the weekend, I would have a tub of ice cream and call it a cheat day. It just doesn't work like that. So what you need to do is to find a substitution, and it doesn't have to be a healthier substitution necessarily in the beginning. For example, if you really love Nutella like me, you want to switch to something that you like a little less. For example, Haagen-Dazs. And then you want to play with the size and decrease the size from a full size to a smaller size. For example, when I started quitting sugar, I went from having Haagen-Dazs and chocolate bars to these really delicious chocolatey Greek yogurts. They had only 100 calories and only 11 grams of carbohydrates, so I feel like it was a really good replacement, even though it was still sugary and it wasn't still good for me. But I picked that and I had that for months. And then I switched to chocolate pudding. Chocolate puddings are not my favorite, but I made sure we always had it in the fridge, so every time I craved for something sweet, I would reach for one, I would have a chocolate pudding. They were also lowering calories, maybe from 80 to 100 calories again, but it was still a very good healthy substitution for me. After a while, I noticed that the same brand of chocolate pudding is producing zero sugar chocolate pudding, so I started having those and I replaced that sugary snacks to a zero sugar snack. It's not the healthiest choice to go with because they have a lot of sweeteners, but again, for me at that point, because I was getting over my addiction to sugar, it was a better option. I know this is going to sound really weird, so if you are trying to quit sugar, make sure you go grocery shopping and buy your sugary substitute, and make sure you always have it in the fridge, because if you don't have them at home and you start craving sugar, you're going to start making decisions on impulse and you're going to buy random things that you don't want. This took me a long time. I had these sugary snacks at home all the time for 2 years and was having it on a regular basis. It took me a while to be able to completely break free from all of that and switch to just having fruits. I'm not going to lie, I had an ice cream here and there or a piece of cake at a restaurant, but what happened is because I didn't have sugar for so long, once I had that sugary snack, my insulin would spike and I would feel bloated and I felt so unhealthy, and the day after I would struggle so much because I kept wanting to have more sugar. Thank God for having sugary snacks at home, or else I would fall back into my old habits. So take your time with this. Don't rush to quit sugar all of a sudden cold turkey. Take your time, replace it with healthier substitute, and stay patient. Cheat days are really great days to have, to look forward to in terms of motivation to stay clean throughout the week. They didn't really work out for me, and I mentioned it in this video why I couldn't stick to my cheat meal days. So if you're interested, make sure you click on it after we're done. I'm gonna leave a link in the description below so you can click on it after. But in general, it's really good to have. Make sure you plan it out, know exactly what you're going to eat, and stick to your plan. Your friends want the best for you and they want to make you feel comfortable and loved. That's their job, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But I want you to remember not to listen to them exactly. They're going to tell you, oh, why are you taking this thing so serious? If you don't take it seriously, you're never going to make a change. Trust me. Come on, one meal is not going to make you fat. And number two, they might actually tell you one meal is not going to make you fat. Yes, one meal is not going to make you fat, but it's going to kick you out of your routine. If you're building a routine for yourself and you have a set cheat meal and you're looking forward to that day and it's Wednesday and you're going out with your friends and you're going to have a burger, it's going to completely mess up your plan. So yes, one meal is not going to make you fat, but it's just going to take that discipline that you're working so hard to build away from you. If you are really serious about quitting sugar and quitting unhealthy habits in general, you need to start becoming a little bit selfish and put yourself first in most situations. And everybody who loves you will support and understand you. So the actual secret to not binging and not consuming sugar is to making sure that you're never too hungry. This is very simple but really counterintuitive. That's why a lot of people don't like listening to it, because you think if you're staying hungry, you're losing weight, but that's not how it works. Science has proved that in order to be able to lose weight, you need to maintain a stable insulin level. So you can't be really too hungry and you can't spike it with a lot of carbohydrates and sugar. So you have to maintain a good diet throughout the day and make sure you're not consuming too much carbohydrates and you're not starving too much. I've actually created a free program for you guys that you could download by clicking the link in the description below. It's absolutely free. You can just send me your email and I'll email the program back to you. It helps you really identify and remove bad food from your diet and add really good ones to it. So make sure you download that and let me know what you think of it. Okay guys, so if you found this video at all helpful, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button so you don't miss a video from me. Check out the videos that I listed over here for you guys. I hope you enjoy them. Thank you so much for being a part of my YouTube journey and see you next time.